Alright guys, I'm back with another video. Before I even get to the topic of this video, I need y'all to like the video so the video can get into the algorithm. The more likes I get, the more people are gonna watch the video and it's gonna get into the algorithm. So I need y'all to get the likes up. I get more views and I get likes. I need the views and the likes to match up here. So the topic of this video is gonna be very different. I don't usually be talking about, political stuff, Supreme Court stuff or anything about abortion, specifically abortion. One, because, I don't have enough knowledge on these type of discussions. But I do have a personal perspective, in which relates to abortion, right? To the abortion law of, with abortion rights and the whole Roe v. Wade situation and, that being lifted and stuff like that. A lot of outcry is going on right now on social media, specifically with the women, of basically no longer having the choice to abort an unborn child. Okay, and I just want to let y'all know, here's where I stand about this. Here's where I stand on this discussion. And just a little side note, this is going to be the only one and only video that I ever talk about abortion on here. Okay, because like I told you, I don't be discussing politics. I don't like talking about politics. I'm not, that's never going to be the topic of conversation here on my channel, or even me talking with somebody on the regular, about politics. Okay, because I'm easily disconnected from that stuff. But here's the thing, man. The fact that so many women are getting upset, are so angry at the fact they can no longer, terminate a child, an unborn child, is very baffling to me. And most of these women are just looking out for themselves in terms of their choice, their rights, but we're not concerning the unborn child's rights. We're not concerning the unborn child's right to live, to be a human being, right? We have to look at it. We have to look at this situation from, the circumstances surrounding a woman getting pregnant. All right. And this is where both male and female lack the accountability, right? That's leading up to a woman getting the abortion, right? Now, let me just clear this up before I get to what I really want to talk about this abortion stuff. The only two situations that I would actually, the only two situations that I would deem an abortion necessary, the only two times, right? The only two situations that I would allow a woman to abort a child, like, excusing the abortion taking place, is if, one, the woman got raped. Okay, she got raped by her boyfriend or just some random man, whatever, or if incest was taking place in the household by her dad or by her uncle, right? That's where, okay, if you're a woman, right, say if I'm a woman, right, if I know I'm carrying the child of my rapist, I'm not going to look at that child, that unborn child with, I'm not going to look at that unborn child as my own. You know what I mean? Like, I can't look at it without seeing images and a reflection of my rapist, because my rapist is in that baby, right? He had a part in making the child. So if I look at my baby, I'm looking at the rapist. You know, from a woman's perspective, you're looking at the rapist when it comes to that child. You cannot look at that baby. If you're a woman, you cannot look at that baby without seeing your rapist. Am I right or am I wrong? Because in that situation, that's very traumatizing for a woman. And we cannot sit up here and disqualify a woman's trauma when it pertains to getting raped. We cannot. We cannot do that as men, as grown-ass men, as leaders of society, protectors. We cannot disqualify that, because it will be traumatizing for any future mother to even want to keep the child. And if she does get to a point where she wants to abort the child due to being raped, she wasn't ready for the pregnancy, she wasn't ready to be a mother. In that situation, I am excusing her aborting the baby, because that wasn't out of love. That wasn't out of wanting to build a future, a family together. This was all about lust. This was all about the man dominating the woman in bed. This is all about abuse, sexual abuse. And the way that child is going to be conceived, it's not going to be very healthy. You understand? The way that child is going to come out and the way the mother is going to perceive that child is not going to be very positive. It's not. It's not going to be an enjoyable, pure-hearted experience for the mother. So in that case, I would excuse a woman to abort the child. Because if you're a woman, why would you want that? Why would you want that child? In that situation, under those circumstances, why would you want the child? Same thing with incest. So here's where I'm totally against abortion. This is where I forbid an abortion taking place. Now, if you got a man and a woman, they've been seeing each other for years and years, and they decide they want to build a future together, right? They want to build a family. They want to bear children. They want to multiply, okay? Bear as much fruit as possible, as they would like to. And doing that, there comes planning, okay? Both these, both male and a woman, both male and female have to come together and plan this out, plan out the future together, talk it through, have discussions about the future. Planning for the long term. That's what every committed relationship should do, right? If y'all in a committed relationship, y'all should be thinking long term. You guys should be thinking for the future. And planning. Planning is very important. And a big part of that plan is, the woman getting pregnant. Her being pregnant for 8 to 9 months, carrying the man's child, right? The man's, seed, right? So a man has a big part in creating the child, right? He has a big part, in the birth of that child. As important as the woman, as important as the woman's role in carrying the child and ultimately giving birth. Now, where I'm totally against abortion, and I would hope that y'all would too, under this circumstance, both male and woman, both man and woman had a planned out pregnancy months in advance. Now, if all of a sudden your woman woke up one day and decided to say, you know what, I think I'm going to abort the baby. I don't think I want this child, right? Imagine if your woman came to you telling you all this stuff, telling you that I don't think I want the child. I don't think I want the baby. After y'all had planned out your future together, right? Mind you, y'all had planned out this future together, building a family, having kids, right? Having kids is the big part, the vital part of our future together, right? Part of that plan was the woman getting pregnant. It wasn't something that we just, happened to do out of a random night. This wasn't some hookup. This wasn't some, unplanned event, right? No, this was planned out. So I had a plan to put my dick inside your vagina with no protection. We finna have unprotected sex on this very night, right? It's planned out, and I'm finna get you pregnant, right? But the thing is, we discussed this months prior. It wasn't something, like I said, that just was, on a random night. It wasn't something that was not planned out, right? It wasn't something so sudden. It wasn't just some random hookup. Okay? If she comes to you wanting an abortion, I think we need to have a deeper discussion about that. Under this type of circumstance, we need to have a deeper conversation about this, because one, if I'm in that situation, I'm not finna let my woman choose to abort our child, knowing that we had a plan, knowing that we planned this out months in advance. We had discussions about this. We had a talk about this months in advance. Now all of a sudden you want to back out. Now all of a sudden you want to terminate the baby. That's not going to work with me. Personally, that's not going to work with me. If we had this communication prior, and that was always our plan to have children together, you can't just back out. A woman just can't just say, hey, I want to abort this child because I'm not ready. That's unacceptable. In my perspective, that's unacceptable. Especially if we had talks about this months prior. We planned this out. You had a planned pregnancy. Under a planned pregnancy, a woman should not be able, she should under no circumstance like that abort the child. Now, excuse me for saying under any circumstance. I mean, in certain circumstances, like planned out pregnancy, having a plan together to build a family, to have a future together with our children, right? But like I said, under being raped, incest, those circumstances alone, that's where I will accept an abortion for a woman, But in this instance of planning things out in advance, it's just not going to happen. You see, we're going to have a deeper conversation about that. You're not just going to wake up one day and tell me that you want to get rid of the baby. Nah. Because, it's your choice. It's my body, my rights, my choice. Fuck out of here. Fuck that. And when a pregnancy is not planned out, when we're looking at a pregnancy that's not planned out, I hold both the male and the female accountable. Why? Because they're both having unprotected sex.
For a woman, you don't have to get pregnant. If you stand for abortion,
and you're all about having the choice to abort a child under your own discretion, then don't open your legs then. Keep your damn legs closed. You know what I'm saying? For the man that you're with, make him wear a condom. Wear a goddamn condom. Ladies, make sure you are taking your birth control pills. Make sure you are taking your birth control pills. When you're sleeping with these brothers out here, y'all need to have protected sex. The problem is, most of y'all be lusting out here nowadays in these streets. So y'all just want to be hooking up randomly, just casually having sex. Like, sex is not even, it doesn't have any value anymore. Like, sex is a valuable exchange of energy. It's something that should be sacred between male and female, but it's not. In today's society, sex is just now the norm. It's now just a normal thing to do. It's casual. It's not something of importance as it used to be back in the day. No, now it's just a random hookup. You know, a male fucks a female, and he dumps her right then and there. You know, no feelings attached, no emotions attached. You know what I'm saying? If there's not gonna be any emotions attached or any feelings attached, then y'all shouldn't be fucking. Y'all shouldn't be even in the bed together with each other. If there's no feelings and we're just operating under lust, you know, there's gonna be consequences for that. Okay? The consequences being, you know, not thinking before you act, just going in raw. And then for you guys out there, just leaving a baby, putting a baby inside a woman and taking no responsibility, no accountability whatsoever. You don't want to raise the child. You're not trying to raise the child because you want to run away from your responsibilities, but you made the action. You took action in getting that woman pregnant because y'all just want to be freaky deaky in the bed one night. And y'all didn't want to have protected sex. This is the outcome. Every choice that y'all make has an outcome. And you are responsible for the outcome of your choices. Right? Both male and female, y'all both knew what y'all were doing. But for you ladies specifically, you cannot tell me that y'all want an abortion and abort this baby knowing that you and your man planned out pregnancy months in advance. Y'all planned out building a future, building a family together. You cannot sit here and tell me and convince me that getting abortion under those circumstances is the right decision. You can't convince me. You can't. Especially if you're in a long-term committed relationship with another man. You can't convince me otherwise. You know what I'm saying? I gave y'all ladies, you know, 2 circumstances that I would excuse y'all for getting an abortion. That I would understand y'all making that decision. Right? Incest and rape. Those are the only 2 things. The only 2 circumstances that I would excuse a woman to abort an unborn child. But here we are with no accountability whatsoever from these ladies, right? You knew what you were doing when you were opening your legs. You know, no protection, none at all. You knew what you were doing. You had to be consciously aware of what you were doing in that moment when you opened up your legs with no protection. Come on now. You find out, you know, you're positive. Find out that you're finna be pregnant and stuff like that. You're finna be a mother. Oh, but now you're not ready. You're not ready to be a parent. Well, you made the choice to open your legs unprotected. So you knew what you were getting yourself into. You knew what was going to happen. You knew what was going to happen. Like, don't play dumb. Don't play dumb. There's no way that you did not know what was going to happen. What was going to be the outcome of your choice. But now you want to make the choice, the decision to abort the child. In your mind, knowing you're not ready to be a parent. But mind you, look at the root cause of the reason why you're pregnant. It's because of unprotected sex. Okay? No condom, no birth control pill. Just going into that stuff unprepared. With non-protection. Like, bro, let's be real. There are two ways to eradicate this entire abortion law, this entire abortion pandemic, right? Once and for all. I'm gonna call it an abortion pandemic. Two ways to end this abortion pandemic once and for all. Number one is having protected sex. Okay? That's number one. Protect yourselves when having sex. Do not go into this raw. Do not go into sex with no protection. Don't do that. Okay? If you know the outcome of you having unprotected sex, then, think before you actually, have sex. Number two is planned pregnancy. Just imagine if a woman and a man, they communicated. Like, they actually had communication with each other about planning for the future, about building a family, having kids. Like, we're thinking long term here. This is not about short term. And some relationships, most relationships nowadays in the modern world, don't last long because there's no long-term planning. There's this short-sighted perspective from both parties. There's no real planning going on. Hence why these women, when they do get pregnant, their ideal decision is to abort the child, right? Relinquishing all rights to the unborn child of a human experience, right? And this is why I say planned pregnancy and protected sex is a must. It's a requirement. Planned pregnancy and protected sex is a must. So you can miss me with, my body rights, my choice, whatever. But you're choosing that over an unborn child's right to a human experience. To me, that's foul. To me, that's sick and demonic. And we live in a world where there's women out there that are basically they're pissed off about that. They're angry. They're actually angry about this Roe v. Wade decision, the overturn of abortion laws, eradicating abortion for good. I think in this country, or just in specific states, like I said, I don't really pay enough attention to that type of stuff, to politics, to all the news and stuff. But I want to come on here and give y'all my insight, my perspective of what it pertains to when a woman should abort a child versus not getting an abortion. And I told y'all, under two circumstances when a woman should get an abortion, right? incest and rape, right? Outside of those circumstances, a woman should not be allowed to abort an unborn child. That's it. Listen, if you're not ready to be a mother, don't open your legs. Don't open your legs. It's simple as that. It's actually not complicated. If you're not ready to be a mother, don't open your damn legs. Have protected sex. Have protected sex. It's not that difficult. If all women and men and women, they all communicated with each other about their long-term goals, their long-term plans for the future of building a family, if all relationships nowadays, they did this in terms of communicating a long-term plan, right? Planned pregnancy months in advance, I guarantee you the abortion rates would drop significantly, right? If protected sex was happening a lot more often nowadays, the abortion rates would drop significantly. They would drop significantly. We wouldn't even be having this conversation, right? We wouldn't even be having this conversation, man. Let's keep it a buck here. But like I said, man, you know, abortion is unnecessary in any other circumstance. And there needs to be accountability. You know, not just from the females, but from the men too. Because y'all had a part in her decision of wanting to get an abortion. So, you know, some of y'all dudes out there that just are full of lust, y'all need to knock it off, man. Straight up. Y'all need to knock it off. Wear a damn condom. They do exist. They sell them at a store. You know, they're everywhere. Condoms are everywhere, bro. It's not going to be very hard to find a condom. It's really not. So that being said, man, I've been out here long enough making my point, addressing my perspective of the abortions, of, you know, women getting an abortion and stuff like that. Giving my insight on this whole, you know, yeah, man. Made my point. I'm just not the one to be talking about this type of stuff. But like I said, this is the only abortion video that I'm ever going to be making. After this, man, you will never hear me talk about abortion or, you know, anything like this ever again. Because like I said, it's not up my alley. It's not up my lane. So really, I shouldn't be really talking about this anyway, because it's not up my lane. But for the sake of a new perspective, for the sake of my deep insight on this, take it how you want to take it. At the end of the day, we're all entitled to an opinion, you know, and you're entitled to yours as well. So I'm just addressing my perspective, you know, in my own way. So with that being said, man, make sure y'all like this video, get the likes up, subscribe if you are new, turn on post notification bell so you know when I'm posting. And God bless every single one of y'all that watch this video, and hopefully y'all got an understanding of my perspective, my insight. Let me know down in the comment section for both male and female, okay? Especially the ladies, if y'all happen to watch this video, if y'all happen to, you know, tune in, let me know your opinions and what your thoughts are down in the comment section. All right, so that being said, I'm out. God bless y'all. Peace.